Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Your presence means the world to me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're thrilled to have you here as we tackle the Wonder Stuff. The Wonder Stuff are a British alternative rock band. Originally based in Stourbridge in the West Midlands, England, the band's first lineup released 4 albums and nearly 20 singles and EPs, enjoying considerable chart and live success in the UK. The band have continued to tour and record since 2000. Largely the vehicle for the songwriting of Miles Hunt, the band split up with a farewell performance as headliners of the 1994 Phoenix Festival, but reformed in 2000 and have toured and recorded since then, with Hunt the anchor member of all lineups. Known for their catchy songs and Hunt's sharp lyrics, the band's sound evolved from guitar pop to include sampling and elements of folk and country. The band and Hunt in particular were favourites of the UK music press, and were often associated with fellow black country acts Ned's Atomic Dustbin and Pop Will Eat Itself, with whom they have toured throughout their careers. The band scored 1 UK #1 single, their release of Dizzy with comedian Vic Reed's 17 top 20 single hits, and 3 top 10 albums in the UK. The band also toured internationally, and achieved some success in the United States, where they had 6 songs on the Billboard Alternative Songs chart. Moving on to the next segment, we have Origins and the Eight-Legged Groove Machine. Origins and the Eight-Legged Groove Machine. The original line-up of Miles Hunt, whose uncle Bill Hunt was keyboard player with ELO and Wizard on vocals and guitar, Malcolm Treese on guitar and vocals, bassist Rob "The Bass Thing" Jones died July 1993, and Martin Gilks died April 2006 on drums, grew from Hunt and Treese collaboration with future members of Pop Will Eat Itself in a band called From Eden that featured Hunt on drums. The Wonder Stuff were formed on 19 March 1986. Their name reportedly came from a remark made about a very young Hunt by John Lennon, and in September that year recorded a self-financed debut EP, A Wonderful Day. After finding management with Birmingham promoter Les Johnson and signing with Polydor Records for £80,000 sterling in 1987, the group released a series of singles including Unbearable, Give Give Give, Me More More More, A Wish Away and It's Your Money I'm After Baby, their first top 40 entry that featured on their debut album The Eight-Legged Groove Machine, which was released in August 1988 UK No. 18. This preceded a first headlining 19-date national tour, Groovers on Manoeuvres. A non-album single, Who Wants to Be the Disco King, was released in March 1989 and was followed by UK, European, and United States tours and appearances at the Reading and Glastonbury festivals. Melody Maker made the Eight-Legged Groove Machine one of their albums of the year for 1988, judging it a rollicking debut from the only band with enough wit, energy, charisma and acumen to cross over from loutish grebo into roughish pop. Brace yourself for a captivating discussion on HUP as we explore its nuances and implications. HUP. In September 1989, Don't Let Me Down Gently, with its slick American shot video, became the Wonder Stuff's first top 20 hit, heralding the release of second album, HUP, in October UK No. 5. The album saw the introduction of new band member, Martin Bell, a multi-instrumentalist who contributed violin and banjo, most notably on Golden Green, the second single from the album, Unfaithful and Cartoon Boyfriend. Several shows during the band's 1989 tour featured fellow black country acts Ned's Atomic Dustbin and the Sand Kings as opening acts. Jones left the band in December 1989, moving to the United States. A single, Circle Swore, was released shortly afterwards, just before Paul Clifford replaced Jones on the bass in the spring of 1990. This led to a string of live outings for the renewed line-up in mid-1990. With only one single release in 1990 and no album yet ready, the band put out 11 appalling promos, a collection of video promos, with home video footage showing Hunt, Treese and Gilks giving their usually critical commentary between each song. In December, the group celebrated their Brit Award nomination by turning down an invitation to the awards show at Wembley Arena to play at Minthorpe High School in South Elmsall in response to a fan's letter. A cover version of John Lennon's Gimme Some Truth, recorded at the show, was included on the Caught in My Shadow single. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of Never Loved Elvis and chart success. Never Loved Elvis and chart success. Recording for a third album was started in late 1990 and completed early the following year. The first single from the new album was The Size of a Cow. Released in March 1991, it became the band's first top 10 hit, reaching No. 5 and being nominated for a Brit Award for its video. It was swiftly followed by Caught in My Shadow UK No. 18 in May, before the release of the album Never Loved Elvis in May 1991 UK No. 3. After that album release, the band performed a first headlining stadium show at Walsall's Bescot Stadium, attracting 18,000 fans, before embarking on a world tour taking in the UK, Europe and the US. For the tour, the band was augmented by keyboardist Peter Whitaker. Just after the third single from the album, Sleep Alone in September, the group scored a commercial success when they covered Tommy Roe's Dizzy with Vic Reeves in 1991, reaching the top of the UK singles chart for 2 weeks in November. The band carried on touring into 1992. They released the single Welcome to the Cheap Seats UK No. 8 in February, which was also the title of their video rockumentary released that spring after 18 months of filming on the road with the band. Touring continued through the latter part of the year, with more dates in the United States both as headliners and supporting Shusi and the Banshees, backed by an appearance on Late Night with David Letterman, performing Welcome to the Cheap Seats. A further UK tour was complemented with a headlining slot at the 1992 Reading Festival. As we venture forward, let's examine Construction for the Modern Idiot in detail and gain a deeper appreciation for its significance. Construction for the Modern Idiot. After previewing their new material at a few European summer festivals, a new single On the Road UK No. 10 was released in September 1993, followed by the album Construction for the Modern Idiot in October 1993 UK No. 4. Another single, Full of Life Happy Now, came out just before Christmas. The band toured Europe before going to the United States in February 1994. A third single, Hot Love Now UK No. 19 was released in time for the UK tour in March, and by the time the tour called Idiot Manoeuvres came to an end, it was the longest in the band's history, with 78 dates since the album's release. As we progress, let's shine a spotlight on band split and solo projects and examine its intricate interplay within our topic. Band split and solo projects. A planned tour of the Far East and Australia in May was cancelled. The band made no public announcement at that time, but a split was announced in June in a fan club newsletter. The Wonder Stuff performed the final contracted show on 15 July 1994 as headliners at the Phoenix Festival near Stratford-on-Avon in front of an audience of 30,000. In September, an 18-song compilation, If the Beatles Have Read Hunter Other Singles UK No. 8, a reissue of the Unbearable single UK No. 16, and a video of their farewell performance from July were released. The Live in Manchester album, recorded in December 1991, was released in July 1995. During the hiatus between 1994 and 2000, Hunt was involved in several projects. He hosted MTV Europe's 120 Minutes show. He then put together another band, Vent 414, with ex-Senseless Things bassist Morgan Nichols and later Clash, Eat and Wonder Stuff drummer Peter Howard. They released a self-titled debut album in October 1996, but were soon dropped by Polydor prior to the release of the second album. Hunt started to tour as a solo artist, traveling to the US with Multitrice, and releasing 2 albums, Miles Across America, an album of new material, Wonder Stuff tracks, and Vent 414 material, all reworked for the acoustic guitar, and a live acoustic album by the time I got to Jersey 1998. A full studio album, Harry on the Inside Again featuring Treese and another fellow Wonder Stuff member Martin Bell was released in April 1999, followed by the Miles Hunt Club in April 2002. Meanwhile, Treese, Clifford and Gilks formed We Know Where You Live, originally titled Wet Know Where You Live, with Ainge Dolittle from EAT. They gigged extensively throughout 1995 and 1996 and released to it before splitting. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of Reformation and Escape from Rubbish Island. Reformation and Escape from Rubbish Island. Thumbwriter Prytard Wonder Stuff at Gwilfest 2011. Hunt, Treese, Gilks, Bell and Whitaker, together with new bassist Stuart Quinell, reformed for a one-off concert at London's Forum in December 2000. This soon became 5 sold-out nights, preceded by 2 nights of shows at in Dudley, the site of their debut gig. The group's previous 4 studio albums were reissued with bonus tracks, and a compilation of B-sides, demos and live tracks, Love Bites and Bruises, was released in November. More live performances continued into 2001 with the release of a live album Cursed with Insincerity in June, and more concerts came in 2002. A DVD release, Construction for the Modern Vidiot, in May 2003 featured highlights from the 2000 to 2002 shows, and then a further tour was announced in December 2003. In early 2004, Hunt was informed that Gilks and Bell would no longer work with him, and thus the Wonder Stuff in the eyes of Gilks and Bell were defunct. As a result, Quinell and Whitaker were informed the band had split, and Hunt began work on a new record with Mark McCarthy ex-Radical Dance Faction and Luke Johnson ex-Amen and son of one-time Wonder Stuff manager, Les Johnson. Sessions for this new solo record were later joined by Mark Treese. The result of this was the Wonder Stuff's first new album for over a decade, Escape from Rubbish Island, which was released in September 2004 with Better Get Ready for a Fist Fight and the title track becoming singles. Andres Carl, who had previously worked with Miles as part of the Miles Hunt Club, replaced Luke Johnson on drums. The band toured the UK and US in 2004 and 2005, and were joined by violinist Erica Knuckles in March 2005. As we venture forward, let's take a closer look at Suspended by Stars and Anniversary Tours and its impact on our understanding. Suspended by Stars and Anniversary Tours. This line-up continued into 2006 for the release of their new album Suspended by Stars in March and the single Blah Blah La Di Da available as a download. The band toured in March 2006 to support the record and in conjunction with their 20th anniversary. In April 2006, original Wonder Stuff drummer Martin Gilks was killed in a motorcycle accident in London. An album of We Know Where You Live's demo recordings and live tracks was released in December 2006, with all profits being donated to a charitable concern at the request of Gilks' parents. In 2006, Miles Hunt's acoustic shows were recorded for a live album, titled Interloper, and released in October 2006. The Wonder Stuff also began mixing a live record documenting the 2006 concerts and played several UK outdoor shows. The band finished the year by touring the UK again, performing their final show of the year on 8 December at the Shepherd's Bush Empire. Following this, the band went on hiatus due to Treese starting a family. Hunt released the solo album Not an Exit in 2007, which featured Knuckles and Caro. Hunt toured the UK twice, and the US later in the year. Before recording the album, he expected the band to be working on their own album at some point during the year. In 2008, the Wonder Stuff entered into a deal with the Carling Academy Group where the band would play their first 2 studio albums, The Eight-Legged Groove Machine and Hup, in full over the course of several shows. Hunt and Treese were confident about the prospect, while the other members of the band who didn't play on either album had a large workload ahead of them. Hunt came up with the idea of having the band re-recording both albums, which were later released as the Eight-Legged Groove Machine 20th Anniversary Edition 2008 and HUP 21st Anniversary Edition 2010. In between the two releases, Hunt and Knuckles released the album Catching More Than We Miss in early 2009. Carr left the band in late 2010 to focus on being a cameraman. He was forced to turn down several opportunities in the US while touring the UK with the band. As Hunt lived in South Shropshire, he would often see Fuzz Townshend of Pop Will Eat Itself at local pubs. Hunt asked him if he would drum for the Wonder Stuff, which he agreed to. In 2011, the band toured the UK to celebrate the 20th anniversary of their third studio album Never Loved Elvis 1991. Prior to the shows taking place, Treese left the band after an argument between himself and Hunt. Hunt's main concern with Treese was due to him making zero effort to write potential new song ideas. Jerry DeBorg of Jesus Jones filled in his position. Now, let's shift our attention to Oh No It's the Wonder Stuff to Better Being Lucky I Present. Oh No It's the Wonder Stuff to Better Being Lucky I Present. Hunt and Townshend both had home studios, the former's centered around programming and rock instruments, while the latter's was focused on recording drums. The pair planned to record drums at Townshend and record other instruments and vocals at Hunt's. With a lack of new material at their disposal, the pair opted to do a covers album of artists from the Midlands, dubbed From the Midlands with Love. The cover recordings were released in 3 installments between April and November 2012. The project gave Hunt and Townshend a lot of experience when it came to recording at home. Hunt was adamant about producing the band's next album. Oh No It's the Wonder Stuff was recorded at the Wayne House and the Beaches in South Shropshire, with Hunt acting as producer. The band also toured the UK in April 2013, summer shows, and a Slay the UK set of shows in December 2013. In December 2013, the band's track A Wish Away was used in a TV commercial for the holiday company Hosesons. Following a successful Australian tour in early 2014, drummer Fuzz Townshend left the group to concentrate on his work with the Beat. In May 2014, the band announced a new line-up with Hunt, Knuckles and McCarthy being joined by Dan Donnelly on guitar and Tony Arthey on drums, with Arthey having parted company with Jesus Jones. Arthey had previously worked with Hunt in an earlier, but unreleased incarnation of the Miles Hunt Club in 2001. In March 2016, a Pledge Music-funded album, 30 Goes Around the Sun, was released to celebrate 30 years since the band's very first rehearsal in the heart of the Black Country. This coincided with a UK tour during March and April. This album became their first studio release to enter the top 40 since 1994. In 2019, the band announced a new lineup, with founder member Mark Treese returning on guitar replacing Donnelly, Pete Howard of The Clash replacing Arthey on drums, and former The Mission guitarist Mark White replacing McCarthy on bass. After a short tour at the start of the year, the group announced they would be releasing a new album Better Being Lucky towards the end of 2019, featuring several songs co-written by White on guitar, which would be followed by a tour where the group would play the Eight-Legged Groove Machine and HUP albums in full alongside other tracks from their back catalogue and the new album. White moved to guitar on the live shows promoting the new album, with Tim Sewell taking over bass duties. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within Timeline and discover their significance. Image size equal width height pottery equal left bottom top right that format equaled my albers equal justify period equal frontal time axis equal orientation horizontal format I scalmager equal increment start scalminate equal increment start legend equal orientation vertical position bottom columns. Colors. It value red legend vocals, it value pink legend backing vocals, it value drab green legend violin, it value my green legend banjo, it value green legend tweeter, it value blue legend bass, it value orange legend drums, it'll value back legend studio album. Line editor. Lay packet it. Plot editor. with sticks color black Aline lift anchor from shift by miles hunt from start till curve by miles hunt from start till color width 3 by miles hunt from till end curve by miles hunt from till end color width 3 by Martin Bell from till curve by Martin Bell from till curve width by Martin Bell from till curve by Martin Bell from till curve width Barika Knuckles from till end curve Barika Knuckles from till end curve width by Malcolm Trees from start till curve by Malcolm Trees from start till curve width by Malcolm Trees from till curve by Malcolm Trees from till curve width by Malcolm Trees from till curve by Malcolm Trees from till curve width by Stevie Wyatt from till curve Bud and Donnelly from till curve Bud and Donnelly from till curve with Barab the Bass Thing Jones from start till curve or Paul Clifford from till curve by Stuart Quinell from till curve by Mark McCarthy from till curve by Mark Thwaite from till curve by Mark Thwaite from till end curve by Tim Sewell from till end curve by Martin Gilks from start till curve by Martin Gilks from till curve by Luke Johnson from till curve by Andreas Carr from till curve by Fuzz Townshend from till curve by Tony Ussey from till curve or Pete Howard from till end curve. Now, we shift our focus to discography, a topic that deserves our attention. The Eight-Legged Groove Machine 1988, Hup 1989, Never Loved Elvis 1991, Construction for the Modern Idiot 1993, Escape from Rubbish Island 2004, Suspended by Stars 2006, Oh No It's The Wonder Stuff 2012, 30 Goes Around the Sun 2016, Better Being Lucky 2019. Now, let's dig deeper into videos and unveil the hidden treasures it holds within. 11 Appalling Promos 1990, Welcome to the Cheap Seats 1992, Greatest Hits, Finally Live 1994, Construction for the Modern Vidiot 2003, Hup Live 2010, Never Loved Elvis Live 2012, Oh Yeah, It's the Wonder Stuff 2014. Have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos? Let me know in the comments.